What's up everyone, Crypto Underground is back with an update video on Bitcoin, because after the FOMC meeting we have seen a big downfall here. Bitcoin crashed like $5,000 and right now we are holding nicely the support at around $109,000 to $110,000. We're gonna have a look into that, guys, because things are getting crazy right now in the crypto space. We're gonna have a look into that, and of course a quick update also in new upcoming cryptos that currently everyone is buying up. The top three are of course the ones that we already bought in and that we know already: Bitcoin Hyper, Node and Mexi. I also added another one right here, this Hyper Sui, because currently of course buying at this cheap price and the listing price is at 9 cents. For me it's a no-brainer. That's why check out all of them here in the video description. This is the complete list of new hyped upcoming cryptos like Bitcoin Hyper, Mexi, Node and of course also Hyper Sui that I have added here in my list. So make sure to be subscribed, guys. I keep you updated every day whatever is going on here in the crypto space, and of course I'm sharing all the trades, my buys, my sells, everything with you guys. So always do your own research, of course, as well, since I am not a financial advisor. I'm just here to show you my own opinions, expectations and own analysis in the crypto market. So I am not a financial advisor. Nothing is a financial advice in my videos. So always do your own research, especially now that we're gonna enter into a very volatile time, guys, both to the upside and to the downside. Of course it is very risky, of course, to trade with leverage the crypto space, but currently of course I'm trading over on Bybit, KC Exchange and so on, where you can trade without paying any fees. Here we have zero fee politics basically here on KC Exchange. So also if you want to withdraw your money, again, no fees to be paid if you're using my sign up link to KC Exchange. And of course for Bybit, if you don't mind KYC, this is one of the best exchanges out there in my opinion, where you can also get a lot of sign up bonus if you use my links. Also can get a crypto debit card and of course much more here to get on Bybit. So sign up to one of the best exchanges out there in the crypto space. The links are here in the video description for all exchanges that I'm using, because like that you get always the maximum sign up bonus possible out there, guys. So Bitcoin right now is in a free fall. We are coming down. The indicators, we're gonna have a look into that, guys, because of course after a $5,000 decline, the indicators now are extremely oversold and we are entering basically into a potential good bouncy area for Bitcoin, but therefore of course the indicators needs to flash for a buy signal. Now we have in the 3-hour time frame and 4-hour time frame some buy signals flashing already. That doesn't mean of course that we immediately are going to skyrocket, but of course it is possible that at the market open later on today, as soon as the US market is open up, that we could see here some pressure to the upside. I like the money flow that we have currently in the immediate short term, like in the lower time frames like the 1-hour, 3-hour and 4-hour. You can see a thick nice money flow here. Only in the 4 hours it is decreasing, but you can see that after a $5,000 move to the downside, and we still have the money flow here more or less at zero, so no, not in green and not in red. Of course it is declining, but after such a move and seeing the money flow like this, I think it's quite possible that we could see here a nice bounce. And so far we are still in this choppy area here. We're still going sideways. Nothing dramatic has been happened here in the last couple of hours. It has mainly to do, of course, because of the FOMC news that we got. We got an interest rate cut, of course, as expected. This was already priced in the markets, but the problem is that Jerome Powell told that most likely in December they don't know if they're gonna cut the rates again or not, and this was not priced in the markets because everyone is expecting the Fed to cut rates until next year probably. And this of course shaked up the markets, and in my opinion he just said that because there is still this government shutdown, so he has no data, nothing to basically say yes we're gonna cut it again. And that's why if now we are getting those basically kind of bearish news that they don't know if they're gonna cut the rates or not, this could be in theory bullish, because once we get then the actual cut rate hopefully, and this was not priced in the markets, we could see of course a very strong recovery even before that. So let's wait and see what happens at the US market open today. Currently if you look at some stocks and the pre-market data, it doesn't look too bad. Everything is still going sideways more or less. So let's see also how Bitcoin is going to react. The good thing is that we closed the CME gap now that we had down at 110k. So this CME gap is closed. I deleted it, and now of course we are hoping for a nice rebound and a nice continuation to the upside. The problem is only that here on the daily time frame we are having again daily closes below the median line of the calendar channels. So even if we come up again and we are not closing back above 112k, this is our next resistance, and then of course we can easily come down to retest here 105k, where we have the bottom line of the calendar channels. If we would go back above 112k with the daily closes, then of course we could see another run up and test of the 120k area, which in my opinion is still the final boss right here. So Bitcoin is now in a very critical point. Also, we are again back at the 200 daily moving average. It's not a good sign whenever you see that, so let's hope that we can recover as soon as possible here back above the 200 daily moving average and start to have daily closes back above 112k. On the weekly time frame, things are still looking good as long as we have the weekly closes above the 50 weekly moving average at 103k currently, because Bitcoin is always in a bull run whenever we have weekly closes above and enters into a bear market whenever we have it below. And currently also the indicators are looking quite good in my opinion. We are just testing the 50 level in the RSI. Of course, we are again shifted to the downside. We have bearish divergences and so on, but everything is cooling off. And this is all as long as Bitcoin is staying up above the 50 weekly moving average, a bullish sign and a bullish reset. And of course, after this cool off here, we would have a lot of fuel left, of course, to have this parabolic run up into Q4 of 2025. But it needs to happen as soon as possible, guys, because otherwise the altcoins are screwed, and of course Bitcoin also would enter into a bear market. And that's why all eyes are right now into Bitcoin. I bought with this dip more Bitcoin because I expect that based on the lower time frames, at least the bounce we're gonna have. And of course, I'm buying more into Bitcoin Hyper, Pepe-Node, Maxi-Doge, and HyperSui. Those are new projects, new cryptos that are extremely hyped right now. And also in this article here on Crypto News, it's written that important is that, of course, those are basically key takeaways from upcoming cryptos that you need to watch out. And also in this article, as always, Bitcoin Hyper is of course one of the most anticipated one and the biggest one and most expected ones. You can see that we have almost 100,000 participants already in this early access phase token. So even before it is launching on exchanges, it's already very hyped. And that's why I'm buying in. This one raised over 25 millions. It is going viral. This is basically the new layer 2 on top of Bitcoin that will come out. We will see if it's going to be successful, because if yes, then of course buying right now in the early access phase is a no-brainer in my opinion. I'm buying in. I also bought some with staking for the long term and some without staking here if you connect the wallet. So if you have, for example, a DeFi wallet like I have here on MetaMask, then you can buy in with credit card, Solana, or your MetaMask wallet or DeFi wallet that is supported here, also Coinbase, of course, and then you can connect and buy into this token. You can select here the token that is supported, then you put here the amount that you would like to invest, and those are the tokens that you're gonna get at launch. Remember that the coins will be locked here on the website until launch is going live. Until then, of course, we cannot claim our tokens yet. I'm gonna also show you how to claim that once the time is right, and until then I keep you updated on all of them. Everywhere you can do the same thing. You just join the pre-sale phase, you connect the wallet like I did, and then you always put the amount of tokens that you would like to buy or use the credit card, and then you can buy into the tokens. And everywhere, guys, we can only claim the tokens once they're actually launching, and that's why I'm always keeping a very close eye into the best crypto pre-sales right now that are good to buy for me. And also that not only the community is strong, so that they have a lot of community, but also that they have verified or have been verified by third-party audits, tokenomics, team transparency, and so on. So this is of course also very important. And important is also that it's very hyped, because otherwise if no one is looking at it, then of course the chances that it's gonna pump at launch is like zero. But with Bitcoin Hyper, Pepe-Node, Maxi-Doge, HyperSui, I'm pretty confident they could have a very good launch. We will see, guys. Of course, no guarantees. Everything in the crypto space is high risk, but also high returns if everything goes well. And the top three, Pepe-Node, Maxi-Doge, and Bitcoin Hyper, in my opinion, are a no-brainer. That's why I bought in. If you want to be joining me, then of course the links are here in the video description. Feel free also to join my X account, Telegram group, and so on. We have a nice crypto family here, so make sure to stay tuned, guys. And yeah, be subscribed. I keep you updated. We're gonna see us all in the next one, and let's see what Bitcoin is doing. I think that right now we have a great buy and long opportunity, but of course Bitcoin needs to bounce and prove us that the bull run is still intact and that we have the chance here to recover as soon as possible towards 120k and also go higher than that, because otherwise if Bitcoin is failing even to reach 120k, I'm afraid that we could go to much lower levels in the next coming days and weeks, and that of course could be the sign that the bear market is starting right now. That's why let's try to avoid that. Let's hope that Bitcoin is going to recover today at the market open. Let's wait and see. I keep you updated. Thank you for watching, and see you all in the next one. Crypto Underground, bye for now.